Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. Today, I want to talk about the creation of universes by ISBY. Pretty heavy subject, huh? You got all these people on the internet. They're talking about, Jesus Christ and how aliens interface and all kinds of armies in space to defend against reptilians. Okay, this is the real deal. I don't got much of an audience, but the audience I do have, this stuff is for you. It's the real deal, y'all. As you well know, and ISBY is all that is you. And ISBY can create a universe for it to occupy. It's just a set of space. It's a physical space with physical laws. And the understanding how it creates these universes goes a long way to understanding why there's a soul and everything else that comes subsequent of it, or subsequent to it, excuse me. And so what I'm going to do is just explain it to you, and it is super simple, just really super simple. Okay? Basically what happens is you have to go to the smallest particles, the brains, these strings or whatever, that comprise of quanta, okay? You have to go to the smallest basement level, the very basement level, okay? And at the very basement level, you've got these components. I use Legos to represent these things. Just an ideal concept. You have these things, and they form in different shapes. Eventually, they come together. They form a shape, which is a unified shape that repeats itself over and over again, which we call a quanta. Okay? And so you've got these quantas going around. And everything builds upon those quanta. Eventually, the quanta collects into these forms or collections, and they themselves obtain consciousness. And that, at that point in time, that's an ISBY. At that point in time, that's what an ISBY is. This all is a pretty good review. I think all of you are aware of this, right? Right? Man, it's raining out. It's a nice morning rain. I do like that. Anyways, let's get back to what we're talking about. So all of this you all should realize, right? Now, at that point in time, you know that a consciousness which is comprised of, which is an ISBY, is a consciousness. And the quanta that comprises it is looking for a creation of its own space within this timeless being, so it creates a universe. And there's all different kinds of universes it can create. It can create universes within universes, universes that are all only high energy and universes that are only low energy. How does it do it? What is the mechanism? Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're talking about universe creation by ISBY. Well, it turns out that these collections of quanta, okay, you know how keys work, right? A key, you have a key. Let me pull out a key so we can show a key. Here's a key from my bicycle lock. You see? it's got all these little marks and indentation and ridges, and you put the key inside a slot, and there's little tiny spring-loaded pistons that move. And if all of the pistons are moved out of the way, the door can turn. That's how a key works. I think most people know how the key works, but that's just a quick review. Now, what they do is they create a universe. And in the universe, the quanta fits in to that universe like a key. The stuff that makes the universe, the structure of the universe, is such that the quanta fits into the slots of the structure of the universe. Okay, so you don't get confused. Imagine a universe as being like clay. Just a clay, like you're making a flat, round surface, like a pizza, like pizza dough. Okay? And then you take your thumb and you push little holes and make little grooves in that pizza dough. Then you'll find that certain quanta will fit very easily in those little impressions that you make in the pizza dough. They fit very, very easily. While others may not fit. They might be too big or too complex of a shape, right? So that's basically what a ISBE does. The ISBE creates a universe just like clay. It makes it so that certain combinations of quanta exist and that certain quanta will fit within that universe. So the first thing you have to realize is the quanta, all the quanta of the ISBE cannot possibly be in that one universe, because the quanta of an ISBE is a broad swath of all different sizes and shapes. Some are tiny things like this, some are the size of footballs, some are the size of beach balls, some are the size of meteoritic balloons. Size comparisons, but all different shapes and sizes. You get the idea, right? So when they create this universe, they have to make it for specific configurations of quanta. Then what the ISBE does is it creates a soul for that. And within that soul, it only puts the quanta that works within that particular universe it created, or that it's moving towards, or becoming a part of. Do you understand? So by using that basic physical analogy, and it's only an analogy, it helps you understand the concepts involved. It doesn't get into the details. It's only an analogy. It's only a very simplistic representation of what's going on. But yeah, that's it. Now, another subject is, what is the dough that the universe is made from? That's another subject. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just talking about the fact that this bubble is created. Now that stuff about the dough, that's a couple levels deep, okay? It's too much for right now. So as you can tell, as you can see, once the ISBEs became consciousness and decided to create universes, all kinds of universes were spawned. And some of the universes were more inclusive than others. For instance, some of them could only have certain small collections of quanta of certain configurations, while other ones had larger ones, and everything in between. Many of these other universes were just abandoned. They're just not something anybody wants to go to. Some of them become very popular. And the reality universe that the main universe that has spawned this sub-reality universe is apparently a very popular one. Oh, seriously. So, with that in mind, we can understand a couple of things better, and I'm going to enumerate them right now. The first thing is soul is not ISBE. I've said this before, but I think you understand now, right? You understand that soul is a collection of quanta that is injected into a universe. It is not all that there is, because many universes cannot handle the higher, super high quanta that exists as part of an ISBE. You can also understand that if you're a pocket universe within a universe, it's a level within a level, sort of like Inception, that movie, Inception. You have to go from one to get to another to get out. To leave, to return to all that there is, to become a full ISBE, you have to leave this reality universe, enter the main inner universe, and then leave the main universe to become whatever you may be out there as an ISBE. Pocket universes that are within another universe is just further restrictions on the quanta. Quanta behavior, quanta size, quanta attributes, it's all restrictions. So if we were to create a universe within a universe within a universe, each interior universe would be more and more restrictions, which tells me and suggests to me a very interesting idea. Let me show it to you. Okay, can you see this? I hope you can. This is all that there is, and an ISBE is out here. It has created or entered into a main universe, and then the old empire created a reality universe within it. The reality universe is thus a subset of the main universe. It is feature delete. Right? But where does heaven go? What's the idea of what a heaven is? Let's look at that. Is heaven here? Does heaven lie outside of the main universe? If that was the case, then the moment you die, you leave this physical reality and go to heaven. You're free. You don't have to return. You don't even have to go back to the main universe. You can go anywhere you damn well please. And that is obviously not what's going on. I mean, by all intents and purposes, I don't think that's what's going on, right? So it can't be this, right? It can't be this. So let's put a big check mark from it. Right? Nope, not there. What other options are there? Well, maybe instead of being over here, maybe heaven is in the main universe, but not part of the reality universe. It's a totally separate pocket. Well, if that was the case, then you would have a situation like this, where when you die, you leave the reality universe, you go to the main universe again, and then get into the heaven universe. Well, you would naturally escape, wouldn't you? You'd escape to the main universe. You wouldn't go to the heaven pocket universe. So that can't be the case, really, can it? I don't think so. So the only thing that remains, and it's the point that I've been saying all along, at least I'm pretty sure that's what I've been saying all along, is this. And that is the reality universe is a pocket universe within the main universe, and the heaven universe is also a pocket universe within the reality universe. Well, wait a second. If that's the case, if that's the possible case, but a pocket universe is always feature delete, right, from that of its parent universe, then heaven would be less than what the reality is. That's not the case. At least that's not the observed case by all the people who have studied this issue. So what's going on? Let me suggest this. The old empire created a heaven pocket universe that resides within the main universe. And within that heaven pocket universe is the reality universe. So once you leave reality, you go straight into heaven. You never go to the main reality. And then you stay in heaven. The heaven pocket universe. And you being so dumbed down, you don't realize that it is itself a pocket universe. These are all very interesting mind games, and they're very useful for us to visualize what's going on. But never forget who you are. You might be consciousness, you might be in dumbed down consciousness, you might be in a stage where you can't understand things and are trying to search for answers. But it seems to me that mere logic defines that last scenario. That last scenario is the reality that we're dealing with. And once you're able to regroup with your ISBE, whatever that is, you'll be able to be omniscient, you'll be able to do all this stuff and move about in all glorious abandon. Okay? And keep in mind that we're all part of something bigger. It's the nature of quanta, the nature of an ISBE, to form association with other ISBEs. And that creates hive and matrix soul constructions. And the idea that you are an individual soul, is one where you are just a part of something bigger that you are forbidden to become and reattach yourself to. You are alone, helpless, and imprisoned. And that, people, is my little discussion for today. I'm still a little peeved by all the negative reviews that have been given on my book. I don't think that these people are authorized purchasers of the book. I'm very, very kind of upset about it. That and a couple of really bad emails and some bad comments that I didn't show. There's a lot of people who don't like to hear what I have to say. Maybe because it just goes against their core beliefs. I don't quite understand it. If you don't like what I have to say, just go away. All right? This is how it works, man. This is exactly how it works. This is how ISBE creates universes and how they function and the quantum aspects of them and why you can do certain things in certain universes and why you can't in other universes. And at that, I hope that this little discussion was meaningful to you and beneficial to you. And remember, and always, whatever you do, just be the best that you can possibly be. Try to help others and become a positive influence in this world. Start giving back to the world, even in the small amount. You pick up a piece of trash. You pet a dog. You say hi to a cat. You smile in public. Just make the world a little bit better place. Because there are a lot of bad people out there. What you bring upon in this world will affect you and will affect others. Service to others is the sentience that's going to get you out of this mess. Service to yourself is what's going to keep you here. Be the best you can possibly be. And I know you're going to do well because, people, I believe in you. I really do. Be good.
乱世中埋下的入场券，让生命也只是场测试。现在开始才是真正考验。男人的技巧都掌握，不得走错，不得闯祸。上次我因为这个，到现在不得就别怪我强迫。未来也从没有想过，这世界没人能敌我。也感知不到时间变迁，只记得那双手，偶尔便抓住很久，秘密也一无所有，怎么渐渐沦为中下缺口？ 被谁那么拼命的守候？ 阿武，阿武，你慢走！阿武，阿武，阿武，你慢走！
你不要走。
不是不让我在村里待到了没？
阿武，赵姨对不起你。虽然村头不能待了，但是